Late into the night, when the corridors of the royal palace had grown silent, Savitri, the leader of the palace maids, entered the private chamber of Queen Dorah. She knelt respectfully before the pregnant queen, carrying with her dangerous news that could change the fate of the entire kingdom of Ujani. Outside the chamber, thunder rolled across the distant mountains as rain slowly began to fall. Queen Dorah stood beside the tall palace window, the wind gently pushing the curtains as she stared into the dark kingdom below. Her hand rested on her growing stomach, knowing that the child she carried could soon become the future ruler of Ujani. Savitri carefully revealed what she had secretly overheard. Earlier that night, outside the king's chamber, the words she spoke were troubling. Queen Meerah, the king's first wife, had asked the king for a promise that if she ever gave birth to a son, that child must become the crown prince of
So,
Ujani.
even
The
before
revelation
giving
filled the
birth,
chamber with
she is
tension.
already claiming
Queen
the
Dorah
throne.
listened quietly, her thoughts racing. She knew the king was a man who never broke a promise. If Queen Meerah one day became pregnant, Dorah's own child could lose the throne. But instead of fear, a slow and calculating smile appeared on Dorah's face. Walking toward her royal jewelry chest, she opened it and grabbed a handful of shining gold coins. Without hesitation, she threw them onto the floor before Savitri as a reward for her loyalty. The maid quickly gathered the coins, bowing deeply in gratitude. Serving a queen inside the palace required absolute loyalty, and Savitri had proven herself worthy of trust. Beside the queen's bed stood a small clay pot. From inside it, Queen Dorah lifted a tiny green cobra, allowing the snake to wrap itself slowly around her wrist. The creature moved calmly in the dim candlelight, as if sensing the ambition growing inside the chamber. Holding a cobra close, Queen Dorah stared toward the storm beyond the palace walls. In her heart, one truth was clear. Nothing would stop her child from becoming the future king of Ujani. Her hand returned to her stomach as she looked out over the dark kingdom once more. If destiny
The future
threatened
king
the future of her son,
will be my
then
son.
destiny itself would have to be changed. Far away from the palace, deep within the sacred mountains of Ujani, an ancient temple stood hidden among the rocks. Inside, the palace priests prepared candles and ritual objects, passed down through generations. Soon, he would receive a visitor whose ambition could awaken forces far older than the kingdom itself, and the fate of Ujani was about to change forever.